So I'm gonna start off by priming my eyes. I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I'm just gonna spread this all throughout my lid, make sure it's even, that way when I apply my eyeshadow it's not patchy and the colors are a lot more vibrant. Primer just helps your eyelid become like a blank canvas to lay everything on. Alright, and I'm not gonna set my lid today just because it makes the colors pop a lot more. So today I'm gonna be using this Karity 21 matte palette. It looks like this. It's such a nice palette. When I first looked at it, my mind instantly thought Morphe 35B, and I was so close to buying that palette, but then they discontinued it and I was like, and then I started seeing this brand pop up. This is a really nice colorful palette. Right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you it's bomb. I love it. It's pigmented, you're able to work with it, like you can't go wrong with this palette. First shade I'm gonna go in with is this yellow right here. Yellow is such a nice transition shade. So what I like to do when I don't set my lid, I kind of like pat the shadow in and then start blending it in. That's what I found is the easiest way to do that, because when I first saw this trend going around, I was like, why would I not set my lid? Why? But I tried it and this is the way I like to do it. And like I said, yellow is such a nice transition shade, especially when you're doing like oranges and pinks. And now that fall is coming up, yellow is, you're gonna be seeing yellow in the transition a lot. With transition shades, and almost with any shade that I put in my crease, I'm pretty sure you know this by now, I always start off on the outer and then kind of work myself into the inner corner. Transition shade, you just want to make sure it's a little bit above your crease. I know it looks crazy right now, especially because I'm dragging it up hella high, but once you start adding the other shades, it just helps create that gradient, and it helps everything blend out a little better, if that makes sense. I always try to explain what the hell everything is because I know not everybody gets it, and I get it. Once that's down, I'm gonna go in with the orange that's right next to it right here, and I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M433. So switching brushes, what this is gonna do is this brush is fluffy enough to blend, but it is a little bit more precise, so it's able to fit in my crease, so like right here. And I start off a little slow, just placing my shadow, and then I take it into my inner corner. And you want to place this, yeah, I would say like a little bit above your crease, but mainly focusing it right here, because this is what's going to start defining your crease. So another thing that I do is when I'm packing or kind of like laying the shadow down, I lay the brush like this, and then when I want to blend it a little bit upward, I switch it, I turn my brush and just start back and forth. Want to make sure to bring that orange all the way in, just like you did that yellow, because when you start cutting the crease and everything, you want everything to be uniform. You don't want to just have orange right here and then have the yellow out here. It's gonna look weird. If you feel like any color got lost, you can always go back in, taking the fluffy blending brush and going back in with that yellow. The only shade I'm not using from the Karity palette is this brown. It's from the Masquerade palette by Juvias. I'm using this brown called Ada. The only reason I'm not using the brown in the Karity palette is because I like the color of this. It's like a red toned brown, and the way it mixes with that orange, I just love that transition a lot better. So that's what I'm going to be using. You can always go in with that brown from the Karity palette though, you know, whatever you have. I'm going to go in with this brush that helps me get into the outer V a little bit more. This is the Jcat 231. And I'm just gonna start packing it out here. Just kind of like pack it, and then once I don't have that much product on my brush, I'm gonna bring it into my inner corner. But we're just now adding depth to that outer V. And it's okay if you get some on your lid because you're gonna clean it up with concealer anyways. But it might look like that. The orange definitely got lost, so like I keep saying, just go back in with that shade and it's gonna help it blend out. That way everything looks blended out, seamless. Once that's down, I'm gonna do a half cut crease, so I'm gonna go in with that same Maybelline Fit Me. So once the crease is cut, I'm gonna go in with this shade. And I don't know if I've said this, but all the shades do have names on them. I haven't been saying them, but this one's called Lumbia, and I don't think the camera does it justice, but look at this hot ass pink. I'm gonna pack that on the lid just to set down the concealer. I'm gonna go back in with the brown, and I'm gonna deepen up my outer V a little bit more, and I'm gonna just blend the pink and that brown together. I'm gonna go in with this teeny tiny Morphe M506 brush, and this brush is so cute and tiny. It helps me get directly into that outer V. I'm gonna take the black from the palette and ever so slightly, like with the tiniest amount, make sure to just kind of like map out where you want the black to be, because this can take your look from 0 to 100 real quick and you'll be looking like, what the heck? I'm gonna go back with the pink and just diffuse the edges of the black. Just to be safe, go back in with the orange and the yellow and make sure everything is blended out. I feel like that's the key to every look, to any look. It's just going back in and blending. So this time I'm gonna do my face on camera, but instead of just like talking through it, this is what I use, this is what I use, I'm gonna add a little music and you guys can just see what I use, just because it's the same and nothing's really changed. Only thing I'm gonna do today though is I am gonna put a little bit of foundation on. So I'm gonna use my trusty Never Lets Me Down Makeupforever Ultra HD stick. I'm in the shade Y325 for anybody wondering. So yeah.
You feel like summertime. You took this heart of mine. You'll be my Valentine in the summer. In the summer. You are my only one. Just dancing, having fun. I'm in the sunshine of the summer. Of the summer.
Finish off the eyes, I'm gonna go in, basically do what I did to the top to the bottom. So I'm gonna start off with that yellow. With the brush that's a little bit more precise, I'm gonna go in with that brown. And then the black, I'm only gonna concentrate that just out here. I always tightline my eyes with the black. And then in my waterline, I'm just gonna line my eye with the white. Then I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of mascara. Then for lashes, I'm gonna go in with some from AliExpress. I always get questions on what lashes I'm wearing, and 99% of the time they're from AliExpress. I always link them down below in my description box just in case you guys are wondering. They're like $2 and they're so good. I use them multiple times and they're just good. They look bomb. I always get compliments on them, so yeah. These in particular are in the style D17, right? So I'm just gonna wipe this off. Highlight I've been loving lately is the Saucebox Cosmetics Champagne Balm. There's like certain things that I keep in my makeup collection that I go back to and I'm like, damn, why did I stop using you? For me right now, it's this. And it's just like a nice, like the name says, champagne balm. Just gives you such a nice glow. You can build it up to be bling bling bling, like bling. Or you can keep it a little subtle, you know, a little humble glow. But we all know that's not happening with me. I add a little bit right here. It's like the best part of doing my makeup, inner corner. And then I always do my lower lash mascara after setting spray because I feel like if I do it before, it just like gets all runny and watery and I do not like it. But yeah, just make sure to add mascara if you're wearing dramatic lashes at the top. Make sure to add a little something. In my picture, I do not have anything on my lips except this gloss. So that's what I'm gonna do. Just because, I don't know. When I do bold eye looks, I love having like just simple nude lip or just a shiny lip. That's just me. But I also love my bold lips. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day. But this is the Shayla gloss that she collaborated with Colourpop. The Neat Freak gloss. Bomb. Alright guys, so that's pretty much all I have for this tutorial. I hope you guys liked it. I'm calling this my last summer tutorial, I guess. I even put up like my green backdrop, lime green, pink eyes. It just reminds me of summer, and summer's practically gone, which breaks my fucking heart because I love summer. I'm also ready for fall though. I'm not ready for winter. I hate winter. Like winter, you just don't want to go out. You have to double think about what you're doing because it's so cold outside, at least here in Maryland. But yeah, excited because fall is coming up. Fall looks, warm looks, Halloween, and dark lippies. It's just, yes, give it to me. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say. Oh, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, go ahead and do that. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye guys.